So if you're in high school right now, shoot the shot, talk to the girl, don't be afraid to make a fool of yourself, and if you do embarrass yourself, realize that 99% of people will forget about you the moment they graduate.
Sparky's back!
Things you realize as soon as you graduate high school. Let's see what he's talking about.
These are things you realize as soon as you graduate high school. Number 1, your high school social life does not matter at all. The moment you graduate, you're gonna forget about 95% of people you went to school with. Seriously, all those people whose opinions you cared about, you will never see them again. For me, this was a simultaneously frustrating but also freeing realization. It was frustrating because it made me realize how dumb it was all those times I overanalyzed my appearance or my attitude or the way I talk to girls. I mean, every guy at least once throughout high school has tried to be the silent, mysterious, cool guy, sitting in the corner thinking everyone thinks he's Bruce Wayne. But then you get home and realized you didn't talk to anyone all day and just wasted your time. When you're in high school, you think the stakes of your social life are so high and that if you publicly embarrass yourself, it's gonna haunt you forever. But literally the moment you get home from graduation, you realize that your social status in high school did not matter at all and you will never see any of those people ever again. And
I mean, yeah, this is pretty much like similar to this shit I be talking about, or that I was talking about in my videos, for real. The moment you graduate high school, life gets worse. Depending on who you are, bro. Depending on who you are and like what your mentality is. Personally, nigga, I think my life got better, bro, because I was able to just pursue like all the shit that I wanted to do. I ain't even gonna lie. A lot of people, I feel like most people have that sentiment of like, damn, their life gets worse because they spent so much time being connected to that experience and living presently in that experience. And essentially when you're not going through that shit anymore, your shit is kind of like, now it's like, now what? Like everything you orchestrated your life towards doesn't even matter anymore. And inevitably you weren't thinking about your future. So it's like, you know, you just have a lot of downtime and then it's just like, whatever, like shit ain't really getting done. As soon as I graduated high school, nigga, I felt like I could do everything I wanted to do. But then, of course, you had to figure out the money problem. But, yeah, bro. Shit crazy. This video applies to only Volkeezy for real. My high school was in fucking East Flatbush. Fuck that neighborhood. Oh, no, yeah, that's a bad high school there. Nasty. All y'all grandparents went through that 100 years ago. I did sports. I did too much in high school and I hated it. I did sports and dual enrollment. I just thought I dropped dead as soon as I got home. Honestly, I never went to school, dropped out and got my diploma from an online high school, and my life is pretty good, to be honest. But that's what I'm saying, nigga. If that's how your life was, nigga, then you were never that attached to the high school experience to begin with, nigga. You probably was 16 thinking about what you was gonna do when you got out. From the moment I came into high school, I was thinking about what I was gonna be doing when I got out. Like, school felt like a filler arc to me. I just needed the time to be able to utilize or, you know, execute on what I wanted to do or thought I wanted to do at that time. So you might have that feeling, but like imagine a nigga whose whole experience was connected to social status, good grades, and the foundation of their life was based in school. That's another big thing too that I'll talk about too is people that know or they kind of have that sentiment that the future of their life depends on school and like getting good grades and shit and like getting into college. Yeah, they're gonna be more likely to like want to take that shit more serious and have that feeling of emptiness after school because it's like, damn. But yeah.
In that sense, it's very freeing because if you didn't like the person you were in high school, you can just close that chapter and start afresh. And once you graduate high school, your friend group is most likely going to change a lot and you're going to have less friends, but they're going to mean more to you. Because in high school, a lot of your friendships are going to be based out of convenience. In high school, you're going to be friends with people because they're in a lot of your classes or maybe they're in some of your extracurriculars.
Yeah, it's
and
a proximity
honestly,
thing.
A lot of the time, you're only friends with those people because you're in such close proximity to them every single day. But once you graduate high school, you really are free to find friends that are like you.
Iconic picture right here, bro. Iconic picture. And it's so crazy because like, nigga, some of these shits is dead ass bad fits, but it's like the fact that they had the audacity makes it cool
And more aligned to your goal.
Hold on, nigga, what? Y'all niggas talking about some bullshit in the chat, nigga. Y'all niggas some dropouts. Holy fuck. Newsflash, not doing too well. The English might be lacking. I remember my junior year, I had 134 absences and we had 170 days of school for the whole year. Nah, yeah, they sent fucking truancy officers to my house 11th grade year, bro, because I was missing so much school. Shit was bad. School was just my social stomping ground. Nah, yeah, bro, just like, hey, you clock in, talk to some niggas, and then you get the fuck out. Nah, I ain't blowing with none of my teammates. Nah, yeah, that's how I felt on that fucking basketball team, bro. I ain't even really fuck with my teammates like that, for real. Not even to say, like, I hated them or anything, but, like, it's just, like, it was a very rudimentary relationship. I still got my diploma, and I'm living good, twin. That's a fact. That's a fact. You knew what you wanted. You knew what you wanted. High school was fun till COVID, then I disliked it a lot. Because it's like, at that point, it was like nothing, bro. The thing that made high school lit was like going into school, seeing niggas. It's like, all right, yeah, we hate this school shit, but like at least we come and we see people. COVID was just like, all that shit was gone, bro. And when I went into school, I instantly regretted it. Because the only niggas that went into school was fucking weird niggas, bro. None of my friends went into school. None of them. Shit was sad, bro. They told me they was gonna do it too.
So if you're in high school right now, shoot the shot, talk to the girl, don't be afraid to make a fool of yourself, and if you do embarrass yourself, realize that 99% of people will forget about you the moment they graduate. The next realization you will have as soon as you graduate is that 90% of what you learned in high school is completely useless. Now, you were probably already aware of this while you were in high school, I was about to say, but it becomes all the more evident as soon as you graduate. I don't know sales, marketing, or how to do my taxes, but I know what an ionic bond is. Thank you, public school system. Because the content of what you learn in school will be so irrelevant to you after you graduate, it makes self-education all the more important. If you're in high school, especially if you're 17 or 18, you probably already have an idea of what you want to pursue after you graduate. And I think that it's extremely crucial that outside of school hours, you educate yourself in that field. It's going to put you at such a head start and advantage over your peers once you graduate. But I'm not saying that you shouldn't focus on the content of your formal education. Obviously, your grades are important for college apps and job applications and stuff like that, but truthfully, the most valuable skill of being a good student in high—
This is true, bro. I hate a nigga that be like, oh yeah, I'm smarter than you because I get better grades and shit. Like, niggas really attest every aspect of intelligence to school performance. School performance was really just effort. Like, a lot of niggas was doing good in school and they felt like, oh yeah, I'm good in life. But like, nigga, the moment you get out of high school and a nigga asks you, what the fuck you gonna do to file your taxes, or what a goddamn fucking CD is, niggas don't know what the fuck that shit is, bro. Niggas don't know shit. I ought to be 19 tomorrow. Chat, can we get a pre-happy birthday for Aiden in the chat? I came into school 6th period in 10th grade. I last year, gym. This is part you can merge it. Nah, yeah, that's a fact. Niggas will come to school, eat lunch, go to gym, advisory, and go home, bro. We were literally going to school for like no reason. Shit was sad. Shit was deadass really sad. My grade shit now. I got a 0 in English. Oh no, that's insane, my nigga. I ain't like, bro. Come on, bro. You could get some of your English points with a lot of the bullshit that you saying in my chat right now, nigga. Come on. 0%, nigga. They giving diplomas out to anybody nowadays. Fuck you mean you got a 0% in English? If you got a 0% English, nigga, what you got in your other classes, bro? You probably the only nigga in history to get negatives in his classes. That shit crazy. It's already my birthday right now. Man, listen, bro. We on US clock, bro. We on US clock, bro. I forgot most of the Spanish I learned in high school. I forgot all of it. I went from a 30% to 103 my senior year. It's pretty fucking good. I cheated through all my Spanish classes, bro. Yo.
High school will teach you is having a strong work
right there.
If you're someone who's taking AP and honors classes and are the type of student that works really hard, even if you think that what you're learning is pointless and ultimately a lot of it is, just understand that your ability to work hard is growing stronger, and ultimately your work ethic is going to be one of the most important skills you have in the real world. This was a big issue.
And this is why I don't completely agree with you know, just like not getting good grades in high school, because what I really feel like I lacked is a great work ethic, and that's simply because I wasn't really applying myself in school, and the things that I wanted to apply myself to outside of school weren't really that attainable for me at that age, or due to like money reasons and shit. But like I ain't gonna lie, bro, like having a schedule and shit, especially if you want to work for yourself in general. I'm telling y'all niggas this shit now, nigga. I'm giving y'all some gems, bro. Yeah, I don't just come in this stream and laugh, nigga. Y'all get gems, real shit. If you want to work for yourself, and I was talking about my friend, I was talking about this with my friend the other day, bro. Working for yourself is a lot of freedom, but you have to find a lot of structure within that freedom to make the freedom work. And then working in a structured environment, like let's say you have an actual job or a 9 to 5, you have to find a lot of freedom within that structure to make that work. And I find that so fucking ironic, bro. I find that so fucking ironic. I thought I could just wake up every single day and do what the hell I wanted to and make content whenever the fuck I wanted to, and everything would just go into, like, everything would just work in my favor and shit, because it's like, because I get to take all these days off, it should be that much easier to just get back into a workflow. That shit is hard as fuck. That shit is dead ass hard as fuck. Because it's like, once you built up so many habits, bro, and like relaxing and COVID and all that shit, bro, like a lot of that shit really sticks. You gotta have some sort of structure in your life. And that's why, like, I wouldn't encourage niggas to fluke out of high school and shit. Like, because it definitely does prepare you for a lot of those, things. Just that whole structure aspect of things. But yeah. But like Sparky saying that fucks with your discipline. Nah, yeah. School was easy though. I never had to try. I passed my classes and barely even went. I drove to school and didn't have a first class in language. Good. Don't say the J word. Bro, I wish I had that life, no bullshit. What life? Like just working for yourself all the time? It's cool, bro. It's cool. It's just you have to be okay with not knowing a lot of shit. A lot of people don't even understand how much comfort they find in knowing when they're gonna get paid and how much they are going to get paid. This shit is not like that. You might have a great month, you might have a month you making less than niggas working fast food, bro. And a lot of times it don't even really got to do with the amount of work you put in. It's crazy. Working for yourself requires so much discipline. On God, though. On God. That's why I encourage going to the gym. It builds mental consistency. That's a fact, bro. That's a fact. That's why I did want to start going, bro. I did want to start going. In fact, I will. Because this is my execution year, nigga. We gonna push ourselves in a bunch of different areas. Too much shit is possible. I got my summer school work done in 3 weeks. Man, listen, on God, bro. Now, I ain't gonna lie, I was paying some nigga to do my summer school work. Bro, it's because they, like, nigga, I failed. God, bro. Like, I don't know, bro. I ain't feel like doing, what did I have, bro? It was geometry, bro. Geometry, bro, I'm sorry. I don't think school is hard. But, like, the thing about math and geometry and shit is, like, you have to have a lot of foundational knowledge or else you're cooked. Like, nigga, if you don't know what 2 plus 2 is, bro, if you can't add, you can't multiply, bro. Geometry, I did not fuck with geometry. I can't even say I didn't fuck with it, bro, because I just didn't try. But I was so confused when they handed me those packets, nigga. I was ready to walk out that bitch. I said, yo, I can't do summer school for something else. Shorty slammed the packet onto my desk and said, nigga, this is due this date. I paid my son Alexis, bro. Shout out Alexis. I doubt that nigga watching, but that nigga, he got my shit done, nigga. He got all my shit done. Paid that nigga like $50 for that whole summer. I was straight. I always avoided failing because I wasn't gonna waste my damn time in no fucking summer school. Yeah, that's what I wish I thought about, but, you know, it is what it is. Summer school gave me more of a reason to come outside. I was good as fuck at geometry. I hated calculus. I didn't even take calculus. I knew that wasn't gonna happen. And I hated my math teacher. I don't know. Like, I just had bad luck with math teachers, bro. Like, all of my math teachers were, like, shitty people. I don't know what it is. They were just annoying. One of them was a fucking feminist. And the other one was, like, a bitch that looked like she fucking eats raw animals and shit. Back to the video. Nigga, fuck you, nigga. I'm gonna keep talking. Now back to the video.
issue for me because I was a good student throughout school, but only because
nasty picture.
I wanted to match the expectations of my parents. So I would do just enough to get that A on the report card, and then I would completely give up.
What's good, Dizzy?
This led me to resent school pretty much throughout high school, and I had a pretty miserable time. But I think a better perspective to take is that I am someone who has big goals, and I want to be someone who is capable of working extremely hard. So even though learning that the mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell is not congruent to my goals,
that's so crazy because someone dead came in chat and said that
until
shit.
2 a.m., I am becoming someone who's more capable of working hard, and I can use that skill later down the line on work that is congruent to my goals. The next realization you'll have once you graduate.
That's true, because if you're working hard at some shit you don't want to do, doing what you actually want to do is going to feel like second nature.
Is that there is life beyond school. It sounds odd to say, but high school was so structured and restrictive that once I graduated, freedom felt weird. It's like, oh, now I don't have to wake up at 6:30 and ride this cold school bus while the driver...
I ain't gonna lie, bro, if you're anything like me, you never had this because you was already doing what the fuck you wanted to do. Like, I always had that perspective to know that the world was bigger than just school, bro. And that's why I feel like I was able to think the way that I did and have a lot of the confidence in the shit that I'd end up doing is because, like, bro, I always had that perspective to know, like, how big the world... Like, nigga, I was, like, 10 years old, nigga, wanting to go to Japan and all these other places and studying, like, what other countries are like and knowing that I had to see that shit. Like, that was just, like, what I did. Like, that wasn't nothing to me.
Is blasting morning radio while I'm trying to get an extra 30 minutes of sleep. In my
opinion,
fail on college is way better than...
That was a very telling sentence right there.
High school, because you pick what your classes are, you pick when they are, and you get to choose what you do with the rest of your week. Now at the age of 20, it sounds odd for me to say, but when I graduated, I had this epiphany that my time actually belongs to me. Because throughout high school, my time essentially belonged to the school. I had to get up early, ride the bus to school, spend 8 hours there, come back home. By the time I got home, it was already 5 o'clock. Then I had to do 2 hours of homework, eat dinner, and by this point, it's 9 or 10 o'clock. I had to do 2 hours of homework, eat dinner, and
Chat, how many of y'all niggas eating like this, bro? How many of y'all niggas eating like this? I took AP Biology. And y'all niggas out here giving homework answers and all types of shit in here, bro. Shit. However my chat can benefit y'all, I guess. My breakfast, for real. Bro, niggas is really out here giving us... Honestly, this looks like an actual piece of chicken. This is probably better than what we got, bro. Niggas is really out here giving us pizza and burgers with chocolate milk and a fruit cup and a salad bar, bro. That niggas was having conversations, talking all over the fucking salad. All over the goddamn salad, my nigga. I never touch no goddamn salad bar, bro. Add the sun chips. That's a fact, bro. Like, yo. And it's so crazy, nigga. You would go to the nurse's office after eating that bullshit, and then you see all types of food pyramids on the wall. Like, nigga, how does this reflect the food pyramids, nigga? Milk and chicken? Nigga, I ain't gonna lie, nigga. We was getting, bro. There was one point, bro. I don't know what it was with, like, I don't know how, the salary. I don't know what was going on. Niggas was broke. At one point, we were just getting a plate of soft-ass, overcooked-ass kids' cuisine mac and cheese, bro. That's what we was getting for lunch at one point. I don't know what they were doing. I don't know what was going on with the budget. I don't know what was going on, bro. But that shit was dead ass sad. That shit was sad. That y'all had a salad bar? Hell yeah. I thought that was like standard. I'm not gonna lie. I thought that was standard. And if we didn't like the school options, they would just give you a PB&J. Nah, yeah. Yeah, them PB&J ass niggas. Those are the niggas that definitely got corporate jobs in life. Niggas don't like to take no risk eating peanut butter and jelly every day. You lame as shit, nigga. Peanut butter and jelly. Yo, cutting the crust off of they sandwich ass niggas. I used to be that type of nigga though, but yeah, you feel me?
And by this point, it's 9 or 10 o'clock, and you have to ask yourself, do you want to sacrifice your sleep to work on something that you want to do or have fun? Or do you want to get a nice 8-9 hours of sleep and spend no time for yourself? I think this is the biggest flaw in the education system because all it really does is train you to be a mindless worker. But once you graduate, you sit back and you have this moment where you realize You can choose what to do with your time. And that independence is very, very liberating. The next realization that you'll have after high school is that life...
The sad thing about independence, though, is that people don't want it as bad as they think that they do, bro. They like the idea of that shit.
Moves at 2 times speed once you graduate.
Oh, wait, hold on, my fault. Someone said the ham was green. That's fucking gross. It's absolutely gross. They had those turkey and cheese as well. Oh, yeah. That was a minute ago, though. They stopped serving those where I was after a while. Whatchamacallit? Nigga, I'm gonna do neither. I'm gonna play my game and wake up at 12. Insane. The only thing I ate at lunch was the chocolate chip cookies. The lunch ladies made from scratch. Y'all was getting shit made from scratch, nigga. We got this shit in the packet. Them shits was good as fuck, though, but you feel me, though. You feel me. Y'all ever had beef patties at lunch? Hell yeah. That was like every Thursday they would give us fucking beef patties with that crust, bro. That shit ain't taste like nothing. Man.
I graduated in 2023, about a year and a half ago, and the time between then and now has zoomed by. Because high school was so structured, it felt like it took forever, like it was a 4-year prison sentence.
That's a fact.
My entire freshman year of college was like I blinked and it was over. I think that being present in the moment is truly the secret to life, and when I am present,
that's like the biggest thing, bro.
To slip by as much, and existence is more
being
enjoyable.
Present is so important to me.
Anyone needs is to blink and wake up and wonder where their 20s went. So if you're in high school, your perception of time will likely change after you graduate, and don't think the slow pace of high school is gonna be your life forever. Make sure to always be present or you're gonna miss a lot of life. The next thing you'll realize once you graduate high school is...
I ain't gonna lie, nigga, deadass feels like I graduated last year. That was 3 years ago. I graduated in 2021.
Also, the most important thing you'll realize...
Oh, no. It wasn't even 3 years ago at this point. It's about to be, 4. Fuck, bro.
And that's you have to take accountability for everything in your life. The modern education system constantly reinforces the idea that nothing is ever your fault, and I think that's one of the most dangerous ideas that has been perpetuated over the past decade or so. Once you graduate, you have to defend for yourself.
Because when niggas tell you what to do and you fail at that shit, it's like, nigga, I ain't even want to do it. Now you go on in life and you have that same mentality, but it's like, yo, you in control of your life. You are in control of your life. That shit's sad, bro. Right? Who the fuck graduated at 21? The fuck? I hated the people at school that would fiend for my apple juice and chocolate chip cookies. I hated those niggas too, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Build a relationship with the lunch lady, nigga. Like, fuck you talking to me for? I'd always stop at Chick-fil-A once I drove to school. I had dance at 6:45 to 8:14 for junior and senior year. See, one thing I hated about school too, bro. I hated the niggas that had gym first period, bro. Because they would deadass just walk around the entire day fucking stinking. Like first, second, third period, my nigga. Like, bro. Thank God, all of my gym periods throughout my entire high school was like the last 3-4 periods. Niggas would really play ball. Sweating all in them clothes, getting math class, all the sweat getting cold from the AC in the room. Like, nigga, I'm not gonna feel like doing work after doing that shit, bro. That's a, oof. That was a, nah, man. Hated that shit, bro. Who's your channel name? Same as your Twitch. Yeah, bro.
Nobody cares about your disadvantages.
Gym during last period on a Friday is the best time to have that shit on, bro.
Let's just play it out.
That's how you start a fucking weekend right there.
Being held back by your ethnicity, gender, disability, or some other reason. Okay, you will never be successful. Is that what you want me to tell you? Because I can almost guarantee that someone has had it worse and done it better. I'm a big sports fan, and I often think about Manny Pacquiao, who was so impoverished he had to turn pro at the age of 16, and he was so malnourished that he couldn't even make the weight for the lowest weight division. Somehow he came from abject poverty in the Philippines to one of the greatest boxers of all time. If he can do that, I'm fairly confident I have the resources to achieve my goals. Comparison goes both ways. You don't have to use it to compare yourself to people who have more advantages than you. I just remember someone telling me there are 2 words that will get you out of whatever struggle you're going through: my fault. Because I'm not that far removed from high school, I still remember it pretty vividly, and I can say with confidence that 15 to 18-year-olds are very capable. And I think that coddling these people in a very formative period of their life into thinking that none of their shortcomings are ever their fault is very dangerous. You will never achieve your goals until you realize that you have to take accountability for everything in your life. Please follow me on Instagram. I read my DMs if you have any ideas to tell me.
True,
and
that's
I'm posting
true.
once we hit 30,000.
It's a W vid though, bro. It's a W vid. We had showers. I always took showers in my locker room, wore a bathing suit because I'd be sweating like a motherfucker after dance. After dance, never took gym. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I don't think I seen a single nigga use the showers in my school locker room, bro. That shit, it just stunk so bad in there. Like, it felt like you, like, even though you were technically cleaning yourself, bro, it just, like, you don't feel clean because it's like, it just, ugh, stinks. And you need slides and all that shit, bro. Like, nah, bro. Yes, niggas. I'm not gonna lie, bro. The girl locker room smelled worse than the nigga ones, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Absolutely smelled worse than the boys' locker rooms. That shit was crazy. WVid learned a lot. Well, I'm dumbing down my classes next year anyways. What the fuck does that mean? In gym, niggas went try hard when basketball part of class happened. Oh God, bro. How you know what the woman locker room smells like, Sparky? Because there were like certain teachers that I had to be with after school that I had to go into the girls' locker room with to like clean up and shit. And I'm not gonna lie, even before all of that shit, bro, the smell was so bad. All the shit just had to be open, and you would smell the entire fucking locker room. Yeah, the girls would be sitting on the side of the bench on their phones for not exercising and shit. Nah, yeah. That shit was on our homeroom floor. Yeah, that too. Like, nigga, the door would just be open and you'd smell all that bullshit, bro. I don't know what that shit was. Like, did I smell like fish, sweat, and a swamp, bro? That shit was really bad. Nah, you seem too prepared to answer that question. I mean, nigga, I know why I was in there. The fuck you mean I'm too prepared, nigga? If I wasn't prepared, that's what should have concerned you. Bro, in summer school, they had to close down one of our girls' bathrooms because some bitch blew up the handicapped toilet. Oh, God. Ugh.